say a beautiful story about an ani shayam machasidav shel Harag Rabbi Menachem Mendel Mikotsk, the Kotzker Rebbe. It was a chassid of the Kotzker Rebbe, and he was stuck in a very, very bad situation. He goes to his Rebbe and he cries to him. He needed monetary help, a lot of money, and he was stuck in a very bad situation. So he goes to the Kotzker Rebbe and he says, I don't know what to do. Kotzker Rebbe hears him out, and he notices that he's really stuck. So he tells him, listen, I know a person in the United States, in New York City, a well-to-do businessman. He knows me. I'm going to write you a letter. You go give this letter. If he knows that you're coming from me, that I've sent you, he's going to help you out. You just need to go to him. Oh, and the guy's so happy. Toda Rabba, thank you so much. You're saving me. So the Rav writes a letter, and it's got the signature of the Kotzker Rebbe. It's like, yeah, it's sealed by the Gadol Hador, right? Takes this letter, buys himself a ticket, and goes straight to New York City. Goes to this Ashir's office. Goes to this rich man's office. And he's waiting in the waiting room, tells the secretary that my name is so-and-so, the Kotzker Rebbe sent me. Says the Kotzker, oh, wait 1 second. Calls the boss and says, there's a man here, and he says, the Kotzker Rebbe sent him. He says, send him in right away. He comes and sits, and he tells him his whole problem. He tells him what's wrong, what's happening, and he shows him the letter from the Kotzker Rebbe, and he said, and the Kotzker Rebbe said, that I come to you, you're going to help me. And the man looks at him and says, I'm so sorry, you're so stuck. Absolutely, of course I'm going to help you. Especially since you have a letter from the Rav. Don't worry. Takes out a check, writes a $26 check for him. Hands it to him and he says, B'atzlacha rabba. Thank you for coming. And the guy gets up, goes to the other room, says goodbye. This guy's sitting there looking at a $26 check. He has no other plans. He came thinking this is going to solve all of his problems. He doesn't even know how he's going to pay his ticket back to Israel. He doesn't know what he's going to do. He's stuck. And he's all broken. He comes out. And as he comes out into the streets, he breaks down. And he starts to sob. And he looks to Shamayim, Ribono shel olam, I don't know what I'm doing. Please help me. I'm stuck. Without you, I'm nowhere. I'm lost. I thought this is my answer. Please help me. As he's davening to Hashem and he's crying, all of a sudden they call him from above the window, sir, our boss man wants to see you again. Runs up. The guy sits him down. He says, sit down, please. Takes out his checkbook. This is not too long ago. He writes him a check for $300,000. He writes the man a check for $300,000. So the guy looks at him and says, I'm sorry. What's going on? So he says, I know you're confused. Let me explain to you something. He says, you came here and you told me your whole problem. And you had a letter signed by the Kotzker Rebbe. That's fine. That's great. But then I saw that you literally put all of your trust in me and me only. For me to give you money to help you. But you don't understand, the money that I'm willing to give also is not mine. I don't have any help from myself. The money that I give also is HaKadosh Baruch Hu's. It doesn't belong to me. But you're relying on me 100%. But it's not my money I'm giving you. So I saw I can't help you. If you're relying on me, I cannot help you. But then I saw something. You walked out, I was in my office. I looked out the window and I saw you put your hands up to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And you davened to Hashem for help. Then I said, now I can help you. Because when you depend on Hashem, I am a vehicle of God. I'm nobody else. You think the money that I have is mine? It's not mine, it's His. It's not mine to give. But if you're asking Him for the money, then I can give it. Because He wants me to help you. Right? So many times in our lives when we're stuck in a situation, and we knock on every single door we possibly can, we forget the main door. We forget to knock on the actual door that we need to knock on. HaKadosh Baruch Hu, our loving Father. That's the first door we have to knock on. Everything in life we have to do, it has to be Bezrat Hashem. And I have to add this part into it. A lot of times we're used to the words Bezrat Hashem. Right? It becomes Baruch Hashem. It becomes a part of our vocabulary, right? Either whether it's Persian, English, Hebrew, whichever language you use, Omid Khoda, God willing, Bezrat Hashem. But it's important once in a while to catch ourselves to actually say it. Not just routinely say it. Not to make it a part of our vocabulary just for it to be a part of our vocabulary. Actually mean it. When we want to do something in the morning, literally try it. Hey, where are you going? Bezrat Hashem, I'm going to work. Because without it, you're not. We don't go to work if HaKadosh Baruch Hu doesn't want us to. We won't go to school if God doesn't want us to. We won't be able to lift a finger, as we said before, if Hashem doesn't want us to. So every time we think about it, we say it, we need to think about it. We shouldn't just say it because it's a part of our vocabulary. Like, Omid Khoda, God willing, yeah, no. Actually mean it. You know why? Because if it doesn't happen, you're still happy. Because you really meant it. Be'ezrat Hashem. Which means what? If He wants it, it'll happen. If He doesn't want it, then it might not be good for me. Then that's fine also. We only get upset when we thought we're doing it. When you think you're handling everything, when it doesn't happen, you get disappointed in yourself. But then when you constantly believe that it's not up to you anyway, it's Be'ezrat Hashem, whatever Hashem wants, then even when it doesn't work out, you say, okay, then that's what Hashem wanted. Then Be'ezrat Hashem will always be happy. Baruch Adonai le'olam, amen ve'amen.